we hear about them in the news, and the flu is bad, or RSV is bad, or pneumonia outbreak. These are the things we worry about in everyday life, especially if you have kids, because you think, oh no, my kid's going to get the flu and he's going to stay home from school, which is what happened to our son the other week. He missed 2 days of school, and it's disruptive, but to the elderly, I think sometimes we think it'll be okay. They're in a facility, they have caretakers, and maybe we don't get up there because you're afraid of getting the flu or RSV yourself from your loved one, especially if there's an outbreak. But then you have to think the caretakers are working double time because some of the people don't understand what's going on.
Hi everyone, I'm Lexie Callies. Do you feel the squeeze of caring for an elderly loved one and school-aged children? Then welcome to the Sandwich Stories. Let's dig in.
Hiya! Hi everybody, it's Lexi with Sandwich Stories. I hope you're all having a really great week. Um, I am. I'm having a really great week. We had the flu in our house for a week, so that was sad and depressing, but we're all feeling better now. And with that said, it is flu season, and in our area, flu is hitting us really, really hard, along with some other illnesses, one being RSV. And I just found out yesterday that there is an RSV outbreak at my mom's assisted living. So I find that it's hard sometimes with illnesses like this because now they say there's a vaccination for it. And we did talk to my mother's general practitioner about the RSV vaccination last year. And their look on it was their question to us was, is your mom around little kids a lot? And we said, no, not at all. And they said, then it's really not worth the vaccination. So I found that, so we chose not to do it. My mom got the pneumonia vaccination. My mom also got the shingles vaccination, and she gets the flu vaccination. But we didn't do RSV because we were told it wasn't necessary. And now there's an outbreak of RSV at her assisted living. So they were asking me the other day, do you want your mom to get the vaccination? Well, if it takes 2 weeks for you to become immune, or to lessen the effects of RSV, everything is going on right now, I don't see the point in getting the vaccination. So we might just have to wing it. And that can be really scary sometimes, especially with the elderly. It's like, you don't know what's going to hit them really hard and what's not. Now, my mom is one tough cookie. She's not got the flu. She doesn't get sick. She's really strong. And actually, when it comes to illnesses like this, she's actually really healthy, and always has been. So I'm erring on the side of that we're going to stay safe from this. But when you do have outbreaks like this within an assisted living community, it can be really hard. The caretakers end up wearing masks more often than not, which then is hard for the residents to hear, understand what is being asked of them or told to them. And it just makes life hard for everybody. So, that's really hard. Luckily, thank goodness, the stomach flu has not broken out. When my dad lived at assisted living, one time there was the stomach flu, and they had to put up a notice at the front door saying, warning, stomach flu. And, yet again, that can be really, really dangerous for some of these facilities because people become dehydrated very quickly. And that is really dangerous for the elderly. Most of the time, they can already be dehydrated because they're not taking as much water in on a regular basis. And then they get sick, and it just spirals down from there. So that's what's going on with us. So I really hope that the RSV does not get my mom. My son had it when he was an infant, and that was hard enough. So to deal with someone who is having some other cognitive issues, I just really hope she doesn't get it. But we're going to have to wait and find out. I don't know. And I think that's just some things that we have to think about. These are the things we don't think about. We hear about them in the news, and the flu is bad, or RSV is bad, or pneumonia outbreak. Um, these are the things we worry about in everyday life, especially if you have kids, because you think, oh no, I've got to, my kid's going to get the flu and he's going to stay home from school, which is what happened to our son the other week. He missed 2 days of school. And, it's disruptive, but to the elderly, I think sometimes we think it'll be okay. They're in a facility. Um, they have caretakers, and maybe we don't get up there because you're afraid of getting the flu or RSV yourself from your loved one, especially if there's an outbreak. But then you have to think the caretakers are working double time, because some of the people don't understand what's going on. They don't understand why they can't leave their room, why um, people are walking around with masks. They look different. It can be very disruptive to the elderly, especially those with dementia. Um, and so I think we just need to keep those things in mind. So, just like everything else, whenever you think your family is sick, stay away from your assisted living facilities of your loved ones. If you do absolutely have to go, please wash your hands regularly before maybe when you walk in the door, while you're with your loved one, while maybe you had to help them to the bathroom. Yes, you would wash your hands then also, but you're just going to maybe wash your hands a little bit more than you would while you were there, and then wash them again right before you leave, so that you're not touching doorknobs with, especially the outside door, with infected hands. And it's just little things like this that can help keep our loved ones safe. And that's all I really have today. I just think we just need to um, keep these things in mind. We think it's just for kids, but the elderly are hit pretty hard with these things too. So fingers crossed, my mom will be okay. I'm sure she will. She's one tough cookie, and I think she'll be all right. So anyway, so with that said, the song of the week is an oldie but a goodie. It was released in 1972 by Nick Drake, and the song is called Pink Moon. It was considered one of his masterpieces. They say he was, part of the group they call the Van Gogh of music, that maybe he was a genius and didn't always get the recognition he was supposed to have gotten while he was alive, but people really found him and really realized what a genius he was. So, Pink Moon, and it's a song you probably have heard if you've seen Garden State. I believe they used it in Garden State. It's really just a good song, but it does really talk to the full circle life of people, that we come into this world, but we will be leaving it. And no matter how tall we stand, the inevitable will happen, and it comes with a pink moon. I hope you listen to it. If you've never listened to it, I hope you enjoy it. If you have listened to it and you haven't heard it in a while, I hope you enjoy it again too. Okay. So thanks, everybody. I love you guys. I'll talk to y'all next week. Okay. Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to Sandwich Stories. I really hope you learned some new things and enjoyed it. If you did, tell a friend, tell your mom, tell your sister, tell your dad, tell everybody you know to also listen. Maybe they'll learn some new things, how to help each other out, and find us at Sandwich Stories Podcast. Thanks so much.